have Hidetoshi Sawa with us. Hidetoshi Sawa is a partner architect at headquarters of Vo Trong Nghia Architects in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. He studied architecture at Tokyo Institute of Technology and of Munich, Germany. After graduation from the Tokyo Institute of Technology, he started professional experience as an architect in Tokyo and Paris. In 2011, he established Taylor Design Lab. In 2014, he joined Vo Trong Nghia Architects as a partner. He is a first-class qualified architect in Japan. He will be talking to us on Beyond Sustainable Architecture.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Hidetoshi Sawa, from Japan, but working in Vietnam. So thank you for giving such a great opportunity to introduce our practice. Thank you very much. Okay, I will start to talk. The title is Beyond Sustainable Architecture. So my concerning is how to shift from the architecture for the money gain to architecture for the earth. So on the earth, so we are developing, the human being is always developing purchase the pursue the economic growth, and then so we are always thinking for comfortability for us, but actually, so how to say, that all over the world, so India also a lot of population, and then so we have to think about how to coexist on the earth, and then all over the world. So Vietnam also, Japan already matured, but still have a lot of natural disaster. It's caused by unbalance, the human being and nature. So this text is the Arch Diary. So last week I published my text. So I described there how to shift the architecture from man-centered and then consumptive and the short-term capitalistic and the superficial architecture to natural and then circulative and then long-term symbiotic and multi-layered architecture. So yeah, I'm still 32 years old, but during my practice, I'm thinking always some kind of such a things. So I'm not the master of the architecture, so I'm not suitable person who presentate my idea for you guys maybe. So it's but so I want to share what I'm thinking recently. So introduction of myself. So I grew up like a nomad. So I'm born in the Takayama in the middle, in the the mountain, Takayama city. It's a kind of, so from my room I can see the 3,000 meter mountains. It's called the Japan Alps. And then so one years old, I went to the Sendai. So Sendai, where the Toyo Ito Sendai Media Park exists. And then Niigata is the Japan seaside. I spent time for the kindergarten. And then so elementary school, the Utsunomiya, is at North Tokyo. And after that, so North Japan, I spent the elementary school and the junior high school. And then come back to my hometown Takayama. And then so I spent the high school, the 4 years. And then so now where I studied architecture for bachelor course. And after that, so I moved to the Tokyo, the master course. And after that, so 2006, I went to the Munich, and then 1 year the exchange student, and a half year later, so I worked in Berlin. Then came back to the Tokyo, but so I lived in the Kawasaki, and then so after graduation, the master course, I started to work in Tokyo, and also we have the project in Paris. That's why so I moved to Paris, and then several months, and I came back to Tokyo. Yeah, and after that, so I will explain later. But so I moved to the very local place in Kyoto to to start a farmer. Then after that, so I came to I joined the Vo Trong Nghia Architects, the 2014. Then so Ho Chi Minh City. Then now in India. Yeah, so I don't have any place where I lived more than 4 years. So every 4 years or less than 4 years, I moved. And then so many people to get to know, and then also many places to see. And then that's why my advantage is maybe it's very easy to adapt the environment, because I changed a lot of school. Then so the beginning is very difficult, right, to adapt the environment. Yeah, I did a lot. Yeah, so this is the perspective of the Paris project. So when I worked in Tokyo at Itsuko Hasegawa, the old woman's architect, like the same age as Toyo Ito and Tada Wando, is a very grandmother. So I worked there 2 years, and then during that time, so we won the competition in Paris. And then so this locates the Paris center and then Versailles, between these two cities, and then it's along the Seine River. Very beautiful site. And then so it was the complex high skyscraper building with a TV studio on a bank, or many capital is gathered. And then so basically I don't prefer to build the skyscraper because it's over the human scale, and it's far from the soil, far from the earth. It's not so much natural, but sometimes architects should obey the requirement from the the social or some economic society. Then so what I thought our project was very interesting is to make the sky garden every 10 floors we have the sky garden like this. Yeah, and then so even a skyscraper, so we have the garden on it, and also underneath, so like this, the sky garden. And the underneath is a floor of the open for the civil, the people, for the retail shop and the plaza. Yeah, so many public area. Yeah, I thought that's very interesting. That's why we won the competition. Yeah, but after economic crisis, the Lehman shock, the 2009, this project was stopped. Then, so after that, it restarted 1 year later. But the client decided to cancel the making all public garden and the shop area. So no public space anymore, closing the office. And so just increase the office floor. They calculate only the square meter. And so how much the budget and how much the floor area. So only for the talking is, the developer is only thinking about the money. But that's the, normal state for them. But what I wanted to realize is full open the public garden, and also the sky garden, so making them more natural area, even the skyscraper project. And then, but so they denied. We tried a lot to have the open area, even such a small, tight budget, and the tight area. Area was also smaller, decreased. Yeah, but we tried. But so finally, the developer kicked out us. Yeah. So during this time, so I really, for me, it's very hard time for work this project, and I thought the full of such architecture over 50 years later and 100 years later, because such a huge building exists. So in the 100 or 1 or 2 century, so hopefully if its maintenance is okay, yeah. But so actually nothing. If only the no public area and then so super mega structure building along the beautiful Seine River. So who loves such architecture, and then so who use, and so we don't know the future economic situation. It become the better, it become the worse. We don't know. But so nobody cared for the office. So I really thought that what the meaning of architecture and how architecture should be. Yeah. Then so after that, so I went back to Tokyo to 2010, the winter. Then so the 3 months later, so I experienced in Tokyo that this great East Japan earthquake. So our office located center Tokyo, and steel structure 5-floor building, and moving maybe 30 centimeter or something, because the steel structure has the flexibility. And then so I thought that from the window that in front of the building also swinging. It's really scared. And then also we escaped from the building. Then so we look up. Then so the high building, the window is also swinging. It's super scared experience. Yeah. So we should be very carefully for such a safetyness. Yeah. If it's a window is dropped down, someone dead that time. Many people is escaping the street. Yeah. Then situation in the North Japan is like this. The tsunami came. Yeah, like this. And so I went several times for the volunteer work for that. That time providing the food. Yeah. So tsunami. And so I realized actually, so nothing can win the nature. So we sometimes human beings behave as if we are center of the earth. We control everything. For example, so you are in the on the top floor of the skyscraper with some economic bank or something. Then so you feel maybe so I'm controlling everything in this society. But actually, so if the tsunami comes, nothing is blowing everything. Nothing can win. Nobody can win the nature, right? So after that, so I really thought. So the experience in the Paris, what the capitalism, how to say the society and the system, and also after this earthquake, the nature is really awesome, and scared, and very beautiful. So nobody can win nature. So after this earthquake, I decided to establish my own office with my friend for creating own ideal architecture. So establish a tailored design lab, and then so our motto is design for devotion. It has a universal appeal. It supports us the future. It's beautiful. It satisfies the mind and the heart, and it's nexus, and it promotes harmony with nature. So this is the sixth motto for us. And then starting our practice. This area, this 2-floor area is the doma space. Doma is the soil floor, traditional Japanese floor. And then this part is how to say the modern adapt for the modern life. What we did is renovation. So doma space. So we renovate as a subtraction of the renovation. And this part is renovation of addiction. No, addition. Sorry, not addiction. So, so what we did is, how to say, this was a community space for this village. It was so, and then all the how to say, village people gathering here and then making. Doing the wedding party or some ceremony for the funeral, or how to say, it's kind of the public area inside the house. That's why we created this space as the, how to say, the only subtract the element, the architectural element, that how to say, remove the floor, remove the ceiling, everything, and then so reuse for this new floor. And then, for example, the soil is only just how to say, the mixing the cement. So we try to purify this space, not to add anything. And then so on the other hand, so a client lived in the urban area 60 years already. That's why so he needs something like a modern life area. That's why so we renovate new kitchen and then new bathroom and a new lavatory toilet and then tatami space here and the dining area. And then so between this space, so we had a big window to show, to be, how to say, always connecting and then to be conscious each other. This, yeah, like this. This is the perspective of the diagram. So this area is the Doma space, so where we subtract, only the subtract. And this area is adaptation for the modern life. Yeah. And then this area only, for example, remove the ceiling and putting use for this floor. And then also this substructure of the ceiling we use for the handrail. Yeah, something like that. So it's try to purify, symbolize this space. And then on the other hand, here is the additional, so new structure inside. That's why so this area has the 2 columns, and that's insulated very well because this area has the winter is very cold and a lot of snow. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, and this is the Doma space. The gathering, we created new gathering space, and so over there, so we can see that the white space, that this. Yeah, this is the opposite side, the new space of the, how to say, new adaptation for the new style, new life. And this is the construction photo. So he removed this existing beam, and so we use this beam, sub beam, so for the handrail or other place. And then this ceiling on the beam has a very, very beautiful traditional red color. So red paint. That's why so we decided to reuse for this floor and the table. Yeah, that's why so we didn't add something, the paint here. It's a traditional color of this region. From the upper floor. And this is a big table for the gathering people. Then clients enjoyed with the family or friend the gathering here and drinking beer. He said very, very, how to say, the joyful time it was. And so this is the dining area. So from dining area, so we can see the over there, the opposite side, the Doma space. This is a tatami room. Japanese likes tatami very much. So for the napping or sleeping, he used. This is the facade. So this black area is the, how to say, renovation of addition. And then this part is the atrium, for new atrium for the dormer space. It's open. And this is a night view from the southeast. And this open, close, open. So we want to make something. It's used for the second house. That's why if he come back, the action will be, how to say, the I'm home. Like this. So somehow we want to put some action or some new behavior for this house. Yeah, this is the detail for the window. We try to make the same how to say, the same wood plate, wood board in the window, how to say, beyond the window and the wall. That's why the door maker was very good work. He did a good work, and it's open. Okay, so next project is resting space in Dairyuji Temple. It's a Buddhist temple. It's my hometown, so actually my family's grave is in this temple. It's a very small temple, and my hometown is very much tourist place, tourist city, and so this located a bit far from this center, and this is the behind side of the mountain, city mountain. The city has the capital ruin on it, and so it's behind of the mountain. And then actually, yeah, like this drawing is like this. So, but many kind of foreign people is now visiting our city, and actually from this side, the many foreign tourists climbing up this mountain and then going here and then go this way to connect the castle ruin, to go the castle ruin and the city center. But this temple was, how to say, the drawing this last 50 years, how to say, Japan has very much big population problem. Everyone is very old now. I think the opposite of the India. India's population is increasing, right? But so Japan is decreasing, you know. So it's like forward to destroy. Yeah. Then so the registered family for this temple is decreased. That's why the temple became a bit, how can I say, a bit rough, or nobody is coming so much. That's why, so it's a very missing. Then so this wooden temple itself is very old building. It's 500 or 600 years old building, and so the previous and this has actually this temple. If you go down this stair, it comes here, and so this has the city property. So it's a cultural, how can I say, cultural heritage, can we say? Yeah, it's a very beautiful, and so only one time per year it will be opened, and so inside we will have the very beautiful paint. Then so this what I designed for the resting space. What I did is, so previous toilet is here, and then it's very old and very decayed. That's why everyone didn't want to use it. Even having the meeting, during the meeting, so someone go down this mountain with the car and then go to the convenience shop and then using the toilet. But the priest of this temple said, so without good toilet, so how we can redevelop this temple? That's why I was asked to make the new rest space, and also new the bathroom, the toilet, and making the rest space. And then so now tourists come here and then take a rest. Yeah, plan is like this. So existing toilet was here, and I just extend this the long corridor, and this is the man toilet and the woman toilet. And here, so we found a big magnolia tree, and very beautiful flower is blooming the May. Yeah, but so it was hidden by this toilet, or the toilet. That's why so I decided to move here, and then using this space, and then surrounding this tree, we can use this area as the resting space. Yeah, this is the entry. And then fortunately I could ask the Meister of wooden carpenter, very famous old carpenter in this region, in my hometown. That's why this structure doesn't have metal joint. Everything is with wood connection. Japanese carpenter has a very high quality connection system from 300 or samurai era. So it's very traditional way, but recently carpenter doesn't have occasion to build such a traditional connection system, because every house, wooden house, is prefabrication now. So it's a third or fourth biggest city in Japan, and so between trees, so we created new apartment here, so nearly the city center. But so we got the big several plot here. Then so at first, so we client decided to make the apartment for renting. Then so what we did is, so at first it was the parking plot. That's why so nothing here. Then so we decided to make the four corner. It's a best part for the building. Something to make the architecture, the best position is the corner. Then so we decided at first we planted trees, different kind of trees. This adapt for the four season, so spring blooming the sakura, the cherry blossom or something. So we decided the position of the tree first. Then so extrude here the in between these trees, and then so making the apartment. That's why so the plan is very simple. This is a one family house, and then one family house is L shape. Then so we collect the bathroom or kitchen or something like a water, needs the water equipment, and the bedroom and the living room. It's each room has a two view. So every room can have the two direction and face to the garden. That's very simple plan. Then so now still tree is very small. So we didn't have any budget for buying the big tree. That's why a small tree, and then we have to wait the several years. But so we think the architecture should be somehow should think about long term. That's why step by step, so these trees growing up, and that the tenant, the people loves the enjoying this relationship with the trees and the garden. I hope. Yeah, this is the entry. And then so it's like a tunnel between the two gardens. It's just after completion. That's why now it looks the sand garden. but now it's much better greenery. This is the center staircase area, and this. Yeah, from inside, so the garden and the view, so we can enjoy. It's nice view. Yeah, so this is the model. So this is first phase of our project, and that's what we hope. The client has such a huge plot, that's why, so step by step, if he has the budget, so we want to create the new apartment area with a strong connection with the nature, step by step. So it was the first experiment. And then this house is the Saitama, Japan. Saitama is suburb of Tokyo, and one family asked us to build their house. Then, so this is, 1 hour from Tokyo city center. Then they have the huge farm area here, and then city government decided here is a permanent farming area. That's why so we decided to open this roof for this rural landscape. From outside, so here this is the chimney space. It promotes the natural ventilation from the first floor, the ground floor, enter here, and then here the inside. So we paint black color because it promotes the heating, and then inside become very hot, then promotes the natural ventilation for upper area. Then so from the ground floor, then new fresh air enter. Such a natural ventilation system we try to put in this house. Yeah, this is from the landscape, the inside. And then we tried, so as much as possible, so local material for the wood. And then we client construct this space themselves. And this window is this is Japanese traditional paper, the sliding door. And then this is the glass door. And then here, so everything can, in the, how can I call it? So window shelf, can we say? Yeah, so become the nothing, so directly connect to the outside. Yeah, children are happy for that. And the kitchen, so kitchen is like a half outside, half semi-outdoor, because traditional Japanese house, we take off the shoes inside room. Then, but so traditionally the farmer's house had somehow go inside with the shoes, or the horse can stay there or something. So I tried. This is a half ambiguity space. This can be the shoes. This can be the inner shoes. And so this upper floor is the chimney space. Is here the louver, between the louver. So this air go up and promote the ventilation. And this is the bedroom. And then so this window, we made thick window frame. Then it can be the bench, and then yeah, so for the children. This is full open. Their family enjoy this life a lot. So every weekend, so they have the barbecue party with a friend. Yeah. the plan is very simple. So it's a 82-meter grid, and the half is the privacy room, the master bedroom or bathroom or toilet. Then so the half, the south part is full of open, the living space and the kitchen space. And above the children room is the, how to say that, under the roof, the triangle shape. So they will divide in the future if they are growing up. It's a very small space, but the client required more space for the gathering area, for gathering space for the family. It's a section. So this Kazunoma means the space for window. So this is the chimney, and promoting the ventilation this direction. Okay, so on the other hand, so I worked for some renovation project for local area, but so I opened the office in Tokyo and living in the center of Tokyo with the city life. Then so I started to think about why I am here. So local area is super interesting and very much nature. Why I have to be Tokyo? So I decided with my family, my wife, to go abroad somewhere, and that's West Japan. Especially so fortunately, so we could find the very old farmer's house in local area in Kyoto. Kyoto, city center of the Kyoto, so 1.5 hours by car. It's a super mountain, in the mountain, and then very local area like this. So we moved there, and then searching for the new lifestyle, and then start the farm. So here, this house. So fortunately, so I could rent very cheap price this house, and the owner has this all of the garden. Then they said, please use. That's why I just started the farming like this. And this is organic farm method I studied, I learned. And it's a carrot, and then how can I call it? Yeah, kind of the spinach. Yeah, harvested. And so during this time, yeah, so cultivating vegetables ourselves, and then we don't need to buy it with money. You know, so in the city, in Tokyo, we have to pay all service, all food, right? I think everywhere the urban city, so Mumbai also, and Ho Chi Minh, so where I'm living, is the same. Everything without money, we cannot live, right? But I could live there because I could harvest. I could have harvest, and not depending on the monetary system. It's, how to say, very great discovery for me. So I was suffering some monetary system in the Paris, and then so through the practice I discovered how we can live freely, because we have somehow the food, vegetable, and then just buying the rice. So I couldn't cultivate the rice, but so in the future I want, yeah. So I got the offer from Vo Trong Nghia Architects. That's why 2014. So 1 year and a half. So I joined the Vo Trong Nghia Architects, and then we moved. My family moved to Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah. So Vo Trong Nghia Architects. So we are doing the greenery architecture and the bamboo architecture and the low-cost housing. This is the 3 ground concepts. Then okay, so why we are doing such a greenery building is, so this is the typical situation, typical cityscape in the Ho Chi Minh City and the Hanoi City, because after World War II, So this country as well, very rapid growth. The economic is growing, and then full of lacking green. So you can see the Ho Chi Minh City is the worst point of the green area all over the world. Hong Kong, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, even Tokyo, and then Jakarta, Bangkok, Delhi here. Yeah, Ho Chi Minh City is 0.7 square meter per person. It's yeah. Then so it caused the pollution and the flood. So if we have the strong storm, so it's very easy. The city center easy to flood and the overheat and the inactive people. Then so it's our ideal state, sustainable development through green buildings. This is the somehow the concept drawing. So we are thinking for the how we can make something like this greenery city. So this is the current situation, but in the future, so bring back the green space in the city. So this Ho Chi Minh City also, it was very how to say, the fruitful tropical forest it was. So so people is already there and then already became the mega city. Then so what we want to do is how we can bring back the tropical city here. Then so population, natural ventilation, and then bio restoration, and then yeah, so stack the water for prevent the water flood. Then so now so we can see the Paris, Tokyo, and Ho Chi Minh is only this 0.25% green area for the city center. Then so our target is more than 60% in the future. How we can do it is, so we have some practice with the green architecture, then community adaptation. So we will do the other building, public building with the green also. Then so all the media or magazine published our project. Then so we can convince the government for change the architecture regulation. We are now trying to talk with the government in order to change the guideline of the architecture. So, for example, new house should have the 50% greenery or something. We are now trying to change the law. Yeah, this is the green double skin. So green facade, it can be the security and then block the privacy. For example, the green facade and the green roof. Then so we use always local material and local technique. So Vietnam also doesn't have any high technique for the construction. That's why so we try to make very simple system or simple detail with the very beautiful architecture we are now already trying. This is the house for trees. Completion in 2014. Yeah, actually, so yesterday I gave the presentation in the ICA award. So that's why so I came here this Mumbai this time. Yeah, this is a one family house with the green top area. So we plant the big trees, and then we have the 1 meter, nearly 1 meter soil layer on top. And then this is the one house, but it's a scattered, the discreted the volumes. Because the client has the depression, the psychological disease. Then, so our we plan insist to go out. Even he goes to the toilet, he has to be outside. Then so touching the natural environment outside. Otherwise, he stays always all day inside the room. And so we use the bamboo texture concrete. There is a formwork. Yeah, and the courtyard is surrounded by the several rooms, and then it's like a outside living space. Then so inside is the brick wall. It's very low cost material. And so House for Trees is this project name, but we are doing also several house projects now ongoing the construction in Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, and all of them is a House for Tree. We say House for Tree 1, House for Tree 2, or something like this. Yeah. And as a prehistory of the House for Trees, we try to make the stacking green and the stone house with the sloped green roof, and then green renovation with the green louvers in Hanoi City. And this project is the first project with the big trees. And so it's a concept diagram is cutting and the extrude, then covered with the bamboo textured concrete. And then the Ho Chi Minh City is located here, so we are now here. India is the east part we can see now. Yeah, and so this is the typical tropical climate. The temperature average 28, and then a lot of rainy through the rainy season. And so this is the airport and the city center, and this is the site. It's a very typical local Vietnamese area, full of the motorbike the outside. So because of no infrastructure, Vietnamese people has 1 or 2 motorbike per person. Then so 9 million population. This means all the road is full of the river of the motorbike. But here is like a pocket park of such a chaotic city. So you can see the Google Earth such a pocket park very easily you can find. Yeah, approach is the owner's old house here, and then approach here. This is the courtyard. And then first floor, library, dining, kitchen, and the meditation is altar, and then bathroom. Upper part is bedroom, and then wardrobe. Something like so separated. That's why so it's and it's connected by the bridge. Then so if it's rain, they need umbrella. Yeah, but even such a how to say, it's insisted to attach to the natural atmosphere, so natural environment. Otherwise, so Vietnamese people stay all the day inside. And also, yeah, the courtyard, dining, the library, bedroom, and the framing the greenery from this window. Then rooftop view. Then steel bridge. Yeah, this is it's the pocket park of the city. This is the elevation. It's a section, so you can see that this nearly 1 meter has the soil layer. It's like a planta box. And then so this can be water, you say, reservoir for if it's a flood, so it can stock a little bit, not immediately how to say to extrude for the city. So it's small contribution for the prevent the flood. Yeah, bamboo texture makes somehow in between artificial and the natural atmosphere. I like this texture. So how to make the bamboo formwork is the cutting the bamboo, and normally so we make the panel, right? So inside the panel we arrange the bamboo, and putting the oil in order to how to say easy to remove after the pouring, and the supporting system, and then with this then support the concrete. And then so we use the ficus. It's a typical tropical the trees, and it's very strong. Such an aerial root catch ground. Yeah, of course we need the wire to keep this big tree because the strong wind. So it moving, and then the force is very strong. Yeah. There's a soil layer, and then so a proper waterproof we can do it. And then so actually tree is the cheapest sunshade device in Vietnam. For example, the one tree is $200. But if you make some roof or some roof structure with the steel or something, it costs more. They're also accessible, but so we can have the green grass. This is the environmental diagram. So the tree pot and the soil layer, thick soil layer, prevent and also evaporating the water. Then so it can be also the good insulation for the each building, and then so natural ventilation so is promoted, and the so total cost is $156,000. So it's very low cost house. Yeah, this is night view. This courtyard. It's looking up the sky. Okay, the next is stacking green. So this is the house project in Ho Chi Minh City. The typical tube houses is the arranging here. Then this is a side. So question, how can we architecturalize the custom of planting the own facade? Then so stacking green. So we make the greenery louver and then stacked. And then this is the facade. So this facade works as the security mesh. So instead of the mesh, so everyone covered by mesh because of the security. But so this tripod also works, and then enhanced natural ventilation to the inside. This is the inside. And so this staircase has a glass roof, and so this is semi-outdoor space. This is the diagram. Yeah. To block the sunlight, and the natural ventilation is also kept. And the master bedroom, from the master bedroom, so we can enjoy the greenery. It's a ground floor bedroom, living room, the rooftop. Bedroom, the living room, again, master bedroom, the study room upper floor. And this is the detail of the this stacking. So it's a precast planter concrete louver with the irrigation system, the automatic irrigation system. Then so automatically 2 times per day they can have the water. The living room. Then skylight and the exterior space. So yeah, traditional Vietnamese living space needs the outside space. Bathroom, kitchen, garage. Yeah, this is the environmental diagram, the section. So this covered by the greenery pot, and then so go through the natural ventilation, and the top right reach the sunlight reach through this top right. Yeah, this is the fluid calculation analyze. It's stays always so inside, very cool. Yeah, it's a window. Yeah, so a monthly electric charge is about $25. It's quite, yeah, compared to this size house, it's quite cheap. Yeah. And so this is a recently finished house in Nha Trang, the middle Vietnam, the very beautiful seaside. Then so we create the this house, Hasso tree, as the very much species on the rooftop. It's first floor and the second floor and the rooftop. So this is the living space. And then so behind part is 2 stories, and then front part is 1 story height. But the 1.5 story height ceiling makes the very wide space inside. The bedroom, some garden, and the top rooftop. Section. Yeah, it's very comfortable space. That's why it's a boy meets girl. Very romantic space, yeah. And then so behind is the sea and the mountain, so it's very nice location. It's a farming kindergarten. Next, yeah. This is a kindergarten project in the suburb of the Ho Chi Minh. And then this the volume starts from this slope, start from this courtyard and become the 2 story, and then go back to the 1 story and then come back the same courtyard. And then so what the meaning of this courtyard is, so in Vietnam, so full of the motorbike. Children don't have the safety outdoor playground, so that's why to make the courtyard is one strong concept for the society problem. And then this adapt for the each grade. It's the smallest, it's a 1 story place, and so tallest, biggest class is this 2 story. And then this is the teacher and then some gymnastic here, something to how to say the correspond with the age and then inner space. So this is the kindergarten for 500 kids. Actually, this is the next here. Here is the shoes factory. They are making the Nike shoes. And then their worker is 50,000 worker is working there, and then for their children, this kindergarten is built. This is a courtyard. Yeah, and then so you can see the continuous green roof here. Yeah, and then so providing the safety outdoor playground for kids.